Okay. Hey, hi. How you doing? Markus Pattern here. Back after a while because, well, shit removing took forever. Christmas was hectic, and my kid just apparently doesn't go back to school at all. So, took me a little while to get myself back into the swing of things. And but I'm back now. Coming with live streams and comics and shit. I've not been doing comics and everything. I have. It's just I'm in the process stage of something, which I'll get onto in a minute. So like it's just sometimes there's some stuff you got to do in the world of comic creating that doesn't involve you doing stuff that can be live streamed because it'd be quite boring, quite tedious, and you'll see all. There's only so much kayfabe one can shatter before it's a case of, well, that's not very good at all. So yeah, but that should all be finished with now, and I should be good to start drawing for your pleasures soon. Now, next week probably. Um, but yeah, so I'm back, and with that backness comes a call to action. Yeah, if you could hit the likes button, subscribe, and all that noise, that would be fantastic. If you could support me over on am I loud enough? I hope I'm loud enough. Yeah. Um, so yeah, yeah, hit like and subscribe. That would be fantastic. You can read my current comic. Here comes the Dragon Punch, which is linked down in the doobly doo. You can either read it on the webtoons, on subscribe to on Substack or on ArtStation. And while you're there, give various things there a like or whatever. That would be nice as well. If you want to support me financially to keep the lights on around here and make it so that I don't have to go back to work like the slave wage that I am, I've got a Patreon. That'd be fantastic. I've also got a Ko-fi, and my commissions are open, and I do need money. So yeah, if you like what you see me draw, I will draw for you. Or if you like, and I'm also open for work, basically. I've also got comics and prints out and stickers, all of which are linked in the doobly doo at Etsy and everything. Apart from my biggest selling thing, which got a copyright strike, which is so very, very irritating. So I think I'm going to be setting up a big cartel as well for when that happens, and I might look into how you sell stuff on Ko-fi and Patreon and stuff. So yeah, but cool. That was a rambling call to action. That yes, call to action. That's where I tell you to do the things that you know what to do, but you might not remember to do them. YouTube jargon and shit. Sorry, I've got a camera is up here. This is shit I need to talk about here, so my eyes may flicker. So I'm trying to be professional. Anyway, right. Enough of this behind the scenes shenanigans and tomfoolery. So I've pretty much finished. Here comes the Dragon Punch. The first 3 issues are up on the webtoon and Substack and stuff. I have drawn and flattered the 4th issue, but I'll be honest with you, after the move and everything, my heart just wasn't in it and isn't in it, and it's just a case of like, ugh. And I don't think I'm and to slog on. I don't know if it's really worth my while or my time, because I'm not too sure how many of you cats even gave a remote fuck about it. So there's really no point in me busting my hump for stuff that you don't care about, is there? No, Marcus, there isn't. Don't waste your time. So yeah. So the first 3 issues are out. and at some point I will finish coloring the fourth issue, and then that will be out, and that will be the story just finished. Yeah. So again, that so I'm finished with that for now because, well, no one cared. 3 issues of something is pretty good going off one's back, especially considering like just the amount of time that gets eaten up by other things. That means I can't carry on doing it and stuff. So my plan for this year is to basically change tact a bit. Instead of doing like a long running series, unless someone hires me to do a long running series, pays me to do a long running series, there's a contractual obligation for me to do one that basically will keep the lights on up around here. I'm going to basically do what Jenny Gilliard does. I mispronounced her name. Like an uncouth prick that I am. And what I'm going to do is, instead of doing like one long series, I'm going to do a series of short one-off kind of comics that short one-off comics and stuff that can self-contained one shots and everything, so you don't have to feel you need to buy and stuff. And also judging by what physical transactions I've had with people the at the 2 conventions I've been at and stuff, I don't know if I'm the cat to sell a family-friendly, all-round action comic, whereas like gritty, dark, nasty horror. Apparently, you want that from me, and that's kind of up my wheelhouse. So the next thing I'm doing is going to be called Stomping on Rats. It's going to be a horror anthology type thing. There's going to be 4 separate stories, one of which is a more of like a grounded real life drama, nasty horror kind of thing. Basically, it'd been rattling around in my head like what would constitute being a bad parent. And also, I remember from back in the day when I was about 19, whatever, I picked up this comic, and there was this scene in which it's like this kind of pseudo anime manga style. It reminds me a lot of Morris. Steve Morris, I think's the guy's name. Yeah. And I'm really bad on this. And there's a scene where they're in a swamp, and this cat is beating one off, and there's maggots coming out of his dick. And the comic really didn't appeal to me at the time. And then I gave it to one of my friends, who I then promptly lost contact with when I moved away from Newcastle down to here. And I, even via Facebook and stuff, there's no way of me for contacting him, because the people who I'm friends with, who were in that group, 2 of which have moved to fucking China, and I don't talk to the other one. So anyway, this comic is lost to my time. So anyway, but it's kind of stuck with me. So like, instead of trying to track it down, and I tried and I can't, I'm going to kind of recreate it in this, where like, so it starts off kind of dark and grimy and just gross and stuff, and ends on, horrificness. The second one second story is called a faring stranger. Spacefaring stranger. I'm going to change that title, because if I can't fucking say it into camera, I probably won't be able to read it. So, and that's like kind of like a sci-fi Mobius kind of thing, inspired like basically like a Jonah and the Whale kind of story, in which I get to stretch my sci-fi chops. The third one is going to be called The Horsey, which is basically the Zodiac prints that I did. I really like the horse design and so basically the reason for this comic is because my brother suggested I try tabling at horror conventions, and they all like horror comics. So the comic itself is for my brother, and then the horse story is for my sister, because I'm using her Zodiac, and I a few years back, I wanted to see if I could write another novel, and I did. And then I was like, well, I'm going to return to it and polish it up and edit it and stuff and stuff. And I just never did. But it's still there, and like it, because I'm a comic writer anyway. It's kind of like comic-esque story. So I've taken basically what would be a blurb from that. So a bit. So the central premise of the story is that there's these rebels, and they've got to get a hold of this amulet that a soldier who defected was traveling to meet them, and then it got waylaid by the battlefield. And the story, the story this will be is the story of the soldier trudging across the beleaguered battlefield, and it'll be all trippy and full of gore and stuff. And then the fourth story is called The Witch. And if you looked at the Marvel project thing I did, there's a Ghost Rider story in which this witch kidnaps a kid and eats them, basically, the Wicked Witch of the forest. And the witch is my character, and she'll be the second time. So this was the second time I used her. First time was when I was basically doing a Hellboy comic strip as well, and I thought, well, I might as well use her in something I can sell. And I had this idea of basically poison getting into where it is, and I heard this really horrible story about this poor immigrants, people who'd come over here and had a job, and then they got waylaid, and then then the village they were at treated them like shit, and the poor guy who was they were living in a tent, and the tent got moved, and the poor cat got washed away in the river, because instead of being in a safe part of the river where the current wasn't too strong and he knew what he was doing, they made him move away, and then he just drowned. So you know how like that whole thing with the post office and stuff, and like these little villages are turning on their postmasters because of all the stealing and stuff. Well, we do it to immigrants too. We are just a terrible, shitty, horrible fucking country. Not to be political, and it's just like, as Terry Pratchett said, poison goes in where poison is welcome and stuff, and that's sort of what this is, with a healthy dose of cannibalism and stuff, and it'd be kind of creepy and stuff. And I'm so that's the next project. Those will be what I'll going to be start drawing next week, because I think I've fucked around writing the script up enough. I'm gonna so my plan is with that is to do the thumbnail, obviously do the thumbnails in here, though I've got a fair few of them done in, oh bloody hell, in, can you see that? No, this is the sci-fi one. Obviously those chicken scratchings will mean absolutely nothing to nobody who isn't me, but I know what I'm on about here, because wrote them down. So my plan is to do the pencils on the tablet and stuff, and then see this bad boy. Well, it would help if I plugged it in, but yeah, that's a light box. So my plan is to basically do the pencils on here, print them off, and then do the inks traditionally. So I'm going to print the pencils off on the back of the page, flip it round, and then draw on and do the inks on here. So there will be basically physical artwork that if we like what we see, we can always sell it. I'm not too sure if I'm going to kickstart this, or if I'm just going to I'll probably have to kickstart it or something, because I don't have any money. But I don't know how the process is to be selling it, but my intention is to get it all finished and printed in a way I can set up by the 24th of February, which is tight, but I think I can do it, or at least get an ash can ready for people to see. So yeah, that's what my plan is with the title tentatively called "Stomping on Rats." Yeah. I also did a Usagi Yojimbo print, another one, because you all seem to like the other one, and so I figured I'd do another one, which you can set by on my Etsy. Shall we have a look at it? Let's go along. There we go. Um, I had recorded a proper video where I talk about how I talk about the process for making this and everything, but like I did with the Trudge one, but because like the Trudge was recorded at my old house, and like I'll be honest with you, this is the first time I've had any kind of time alone in the house where I could actually sit down and do a ramble chat kind of thing. So I did the audio for it, and I came across like a wanker basically, and it was boring, and I was going over old stuff. Like, do you really need me to tell you about thumbnails and shit like that? I need to figure out how I'm going to take the footage that I captured and put it into something useful, you know. So, but there might be a speed paint coming along, or I might just basically take the speed paint and just put music over the top of it. I don't know. Did By the way, did you like the Trudge video, the one I uploaded where I talk about it and stuff? If it's something that you like, I can do it that way, or I can do audio, or I can do music. It's up to you. I don't want to do shit that you don't want me to do, basically, because I can always, if you want to hear about how I do stuff, I can always come on and do a live stream and ramble chat about it, like Daniel Owen Johnson did with explaining perspectives, which was really helpful because yeah, that was a really helpful video. So if you want me to do that, just comment below. Yeah, I really like how this one came out. I'm quite proud of it. Um, yeah, so that's available up on the old Etsy. Unlike the Warhammer Thrack thing, because apparently it's copyright stricken. Even though I've seen stuff where they just basically taken literal copyrighted material and stuck it on a print, and they've sold that on Etsy. But apparently, my fucking 9 hour journey of drawing a fucking um, original piece of artwork that happens to involve a Warhammer character beyond the pale. Grr, argin, chunter, chunter, chunter. So what else have I been doing? Well, if you've been on my socials, you'll have seen this. Also, if you so Spawnuary, yes. Todd McFarlane has launched a contest in which a whole bunch of young, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, hopeful artists can draw a bunch of covers and maybe, possibly, get a chance to be published up on one of his comics, because they'll paint, so drawing for exposure, basically, which is very big of a man who's got a publishing empire behind him. I mean, on the face of it, it does seem a bit like a scam, like, you know, like how fucking everyone had to go with Billie Eilish, where they said like, hey, why don't you, was it for, there was like proper like audio work done needed to be doing for like, I can't remember what they, you know. But it's not that. This isn't this isn't that. I mean, it is, but my plan is to build up my portfolio and to build up my stuff. So basically, I can advertise myself some more, cause, you know, and I was going to draw a Spawn comic page anyway, but there's no guarantee that Todd McFarlane would see that Spawn page and go, hey, bud, I'm going to hire you to draw Gunslinger Spawn or whatever. But like an official competition, which someone from his eyeballs will have to glance at it and stuff, that's not bad. And if I can hit all 4 deadlines, which I've definitely hit this one because it's finished, the Gunslinger one might be a bit more tricky because that's a. But also, worst case scenario, I have 4 pieces I can demonstrate. Say, hey, this is me drawing. So like, and I was going to do it anyway. So it's not quite as so it's not exploitative, and I'm not having the piss ripped out of me a week before my 40th birthday. So yes, I had a lot of fun drawing this. This was cool. As you can tell, I do quite like the whole body art, body horror thing, and I like with the Zodiac thing, like kind of normal, and then kind of this was just a lot of fun to go around and like experiment with my new grittier pens and stuff, and then just I even though Spawn has been such an influential character on me, like his like the Spawn toy, I think is what if not what took me into Forbidden Planet. It's what no, it would have been the X-Men toys. It would have been a mixture of the X-Men toys and the Spawn toys, but like it got me going back into Forbidden Planet when I was a kid, and then when I moved to the worst place on God's screen, there was Forbidden Planet there, and then there was Spawn 67, which was like I was a lost in a sea of people I didn't know, in speaking with an accent that was incomprehensible to a man who pronounces T's, and like there was Spawn. I recognized Spawn, and then there was the HBO series, which was being released on VHS. So I got like the 12 cut version, and I got the 18 cut. So and it was about time I was getting into anime and the Max and all like really just like adult serious cartoons, and then Greg, picking up that, and I got into Greg Capullo and stuff, and it's just like this character just means quite a bit to me as like a thing, like what got me to where I am today, and apparently I've just never drawn him before. I think I've drawn him once before, and that's about it. So it's just nice to go return to a character that I deeply adore, and just go, well, give that a go. So this is the first issue, and this is the Gunslinger Spawn. So I don't know this character at all, but I do like cowboys, and I do like drawing horses. As you can tell from the fact that like he is in purple and stuff, I need to firm the body up and stuff to make it look. There's just something about not twisting itself right, but I think I've got basically, instead of using photo references, I got these things, and instead of what I should have done was use this to begin with, and then I would have known which way the body twists and everything, and then I could go ham on that. But yeah, hopefully, fingers, I'm gonna get this finished. Well, not today, because I'm gonna go to work in about half an hour. But like, I'm gonna come back later this evening or tonight, if I'm not shattered. Give this a few more of a whirl, and I don't know if I'm gonna have a chance to finish coloring it, but I'll definitely get the inks done by the end of this weekend. Fingers. Yeah, I mean, I'm having a lot of fun with this, because like I like drawing horses, I like drawing like body horror tentacle things, and the one of the Violator thing is just a surprisingly fun character to draw and stuff, and there's no real way to do it wrong, just noodle over him and stuff, and then this one's fun. The next one is Scorched, which is a team up book, and funny enough, when I went into Forbidden Planet, I picked up a whole bunch of they sell like packs of like for £2, like a pack of 4 comics for £2, so like 50p comic, and one of theirs was Scorched. So like, oh, I have this now. So and yeah, I don't know any of those characters neither. But like, there's a lady spawn, there's a medieval spawn, there's another spawn, and there's a gunslinger spawn, and I believe a regular spawn is part of it too. So, yeah, I'm not too sure what I'm gonna do with that one. I had a thought of doing like a real kind of hentai tentacle rape kind of thing, but I don't know if that would go well on any of the platforms or in a contest. So I might defer from that. I think I've got an idea for I think I've got an idea for that that I could probably just mark up as a homage. So yeah, that's and then there's the villains of the and which random toy am I going to draw for that? I don't fucking know. But yes, so that's the plan for the next part of this month is to finish this, do the Scorched, and do the villain, and then I will have a whole bunch of Spawn stuff that I can then say, by the way, I use as commissions and stuff. Because, as I said, my commissions are open. If you want me to draw you something, I could really do with the money. Yeah. Uh, Basically, if you want me to draw something, just message me or email me. Actually, that people probably would be better. Email me at markuspattondraws@gmail.com, and then we will go from there. And we can either do traditional or digital. If we're doing traditional, it will be black and white because I'm trying to learn how to watercolor, but it's just something about it just isn't really my forte. But I am trying to learn. I'm not good enough for you to give me money for me to fuck it up for you, but I'm trying. Or tradition or digital, which will be like kind of full color and everything. Yeah. So I'm back to streaming. So as you can tell from this thing, like hopefully I'm going to have the camera set up so I can stream, so I can you can see me draw and stuff, which will be starting up. Fingers crossed next week. So the plan is that on Monday morning, I'm going to depend. Hopefully, if I've done the thumbs and stuff, yeah, I'm gonna do the thumbs over the weekend, and then on Monday morning, I'm going to pencil the first page of Stomping on Rats, and then gonna print it off on the printer down here, and then I'm gonna take it over to this light box, and then I'm going to draw the thing essentially, ink the thing, and yeah, see how that turned out. Hope if that turns out well, that will be the thing. That will be how I tackle the next comic and stuff. Because I'll be honest with you, sitting here of an evening late at night, it tires me out, and I need to stop by. I've come to the conclusion I need to stop by 11 o'clock. Otherwise, I'm not really drawing anything. I'm just kind of if unless I'm colouring or unless I'm doing something that requires absolutely no brain work from me whatsoever, sort of like inking and everything, staring at this screen is not doing my eyes any good whatsoever. This is a light box, obviously, but that will only be on for like maybe a half an hour to an hour while I ink, do the initial inks and stuff, and then I can turn that off and go to proper inking and everything. So that's the plan, and in theory that will be a lot less strain on the old eyeballs while I'm working. If I have to work later on into the evening, because like I have to now pick up my daughter from school, and that means I loot from about 2 o'clock onwards. From basically from 3 o'clock, I lose an hour, which is fine. I need to pick up my daughter anyway. Yeah, but that's the plan. So Monday through to possibly not Wednesday because that's my birthday, and I might not do anything on Wednesday, or I might do because I don't know. I don't know how miserable I'm going to be. Um, I've been yeah. To do. social mediaings. So I have a Threads account which I don't think I'm gonna fuck with. So if you see me on there, that's why that account's dead. I'm sick of I'm sick of going on there and people moaning about AI and stuff. It's just like it's not art. You're scraping from people's accounts and you're bullshitting. You're just some tech bro who can't be bothered to learn to fucking draw. I learned to draw. I'm a moron. There's plenty of ways you can learn to draw and get good at it and stuff. If you know, like anybody can draw. It's really simple. It just takes and you learn how to draw with a fucking, at school and stuff. So this whole fucking like AI shit, it's just I don't want to fucking get in a conversation about it. I don't want to hear about it. So I got off Twitter because I'm sick of people having culture war rants and stuff every time I turn on a fucking Sunday, while also not promoting my work. That is a main point. I'm not here for you to moan about your shitty fucking ideas, your shitty fucking opinions, while not retweeting or reposting or liking my work. I'm here to promote my shit. I don't give a fuck about you. So that's why I'm off Threads. That's why I like Instagram. Well, I don't like Instagram. I hate Instagram. But that's why I can tolerate Instagram because I know the algorithm doesn't care. But it all it is just artwork, and I don't have to hear about anything else. So, but they've made it slightly fun for me. The fact they've got these things called achievements and stuff to basically make it so like make it a game to play on it. So like so like I need to hit a certain amount of things to get hit a certain amount to just basically turn Instagram into Duolingo. I quite like that gamification of this old shit. I had been doing it with like the stories thing, like upload a story for every upload a story 6 times out of 7 days and win a prize, and their buggy system doesn't fucking work, so you can't fucking do it. So, but so you're going to see me a bit more active up on Instagram just because it's gamification. Over up and here on both YouTube and Twitch is where I am right now, talking to you like a grown up. I need to get to a hundred so I need to get 100 subscribers on YouTube to change the janky fucking URL, and I need to get to 50 subscribers on Twitch so I can start monetizing myself and maybe making a bit of money, like the capitalist little piggy that I am. So I'm 30 up on Twitch. So to all my new subscribers on Twitch, thank you for turning up. I hope I'm worth the attention you're going to pay. And I'm not too sure how many I'm on. I'm on YouTube, but I'm what I am. So basically, once I hit the milestone, whichever milestone I hit first, so it looks like I'm going to hit the 50 subscribers on Twitch milestone first. I'm going to host a live Q&A and stuff, in which you can ask me anything and stuff. And then I'll do it again when I hit the YouTube 50 100 gold and stuff. And yeah, basically whichever one comes first, I'll do a live Q&A, and then I'll do another one, I guess, or I'll do something else maybe. And then so yeah, hit them milestones. And Twitch always has also seemed to turn the like the achievements and milestones into a gaming kind of thing, which I quite like the idea of. Yeah. So expect to see a lot more of me around now that I actually have the time to do it. And also, we are in the final stretch of my ramble chatting stuff I've got to talk about. I have my first festival booked in for this year. I've applied to a whole bunch, and a whole bunch haven't opened up, like Thought Bubble and Lawless aren't open yet, but I've applied to a whole bunch, and the first one to accept me is Ink Blot, which is a new festival, which I found out when I went to the Lakes Festival, and me and the organizer of Ink Blot were moaning about the fact that no cunt turned up to the Lake District. So this is in Manchester. It's the 24th of February. Um, Tickets are £3 via the website, which is linked in down below, or 350 on the door stuff. Um, so in I'm going to be there. I've put the link in the website. There looks like it's a whole bunch of cool people turning up as well. Plus, the guy who organised it, when I spoke to him, was a really cool cat, and he's into the Guyver. So expect some Guyver artwork from me soon, so I can sell a print of the Guyver at there. I'm planning on doing like a little kind of art book zine kind of thing, because I have the printing technology, I have the know-how, and I have a big stapler. So my plan is to kind of do that in case the Stomping on Rats book doesn't quite come to fruition. Because I mean, while it's only 30 pages, and I've got 2 months, a lot can happen in those 2 months. Especially since one of them was quite short. So yeah, that's linked below. Any other festivals I've got lined up, I will let you know. I'm also going to start trying to get on more podcasts and stuff, just because basically, like, I need to promote myself a lot more. And if and one of the perks of doing a short one-off kind of thing, it's like you're not expecting people to come in mid-story, and I'm not like one, because like one of the things I liked about um, the things I liked about Here Comes Dragon Pants was quite a lot of experimentation on my part, but it's also a case of like busy, 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 and then like, oh, I need to get to this point and put this point before I can say, oh well, yeah, by the way, here's what I'm going to do. And so the goal for promotion seemed a little like, you know, a little further away, which is a bad thing for me to do. Yeah, so with the so basically, once I get some artwork up for the once I get some artwork up done for Stomping on Rats, I will then start pushing that out to get on podcasts and say, well, here's what I'm doing and everything. So if you are on a podcast, or you know a podcast, or any podcast you think, hey, this guy would be cool to go on, let me know, and I will go on it, because I will go on anything. So yeah, and that is it basically. Um, Thank you for turning up. I know that no one's here now, if the analytics is to be believed. So you're going to come to the Slater. If you come to the Slater, please hit the like, subscribe, and all that noise. That'd be absolutely dandy of you. If you could support me on Patreon, I would be eternally grateful. Or if you could support me on Ko-fi, that'd be lovely too. If you could buy my comics, I would be so ever so fucking grateful. Or my prints, or my stickers, or commission me. That would be the sum of earthly bliss. If you don't want to do, if you don't or can't support me financially, then like and subscribe and do the social mediaing thing so it looks like I'm popular. That would be nice. So yeah, you've been absolutely fantastic. I've been long-winded. You've been the best. You are the best. You're the best. You're the best. You're the best. Thank you for turning up, and what should I draw next? Bye.